Hey guys, Brozan here. We are heading on to test this morning. Finally back from my vacation, and we're going to see what the PvM patch has done to our boating spec to start, and then we'll work through some of our other specs. Due to not having my link tones on test, we're going to test with a mix of gold or silver. We'll do it per spec, and this is just because I don't have all golds for all the specs I run too many specs, so we'll get to that as we get to it. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning, and head over to Prev, where actually we're already in the PvM spec we anticipate to use once this expansion goes live. We may just go launch our boat here. We'll start at Prev Town Center and make sure everything's set up the way we want it. So links look like what we're going to do. This is the Echo we'll be testing first. Patch notes seem to indicate we're going to pick up a little bit of damage, honestly, but it's always important to go out there and fill it out. So that is what we will be doing. And I apologize, I am streaming to both Twitch and YouTube this morning, so I am trying to make sure I have my chat set up. So I'm doing that on the other screen for just a second. Let's see, y'all. Do 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 do. View my channel. Go to this one. There it is. All right, everything looks right. Let me make sure I tell this thing I'm playing Ultima Online. For whatever reason, it won't let me do that in the app, and I forgot this morning. You take 3 days off, y'all, and forget how to do everything. Save, close. All right, back to what I was doing. That looks right. Okay, Echo. Everything looks right on this. First thing we're going to do is tap ourselves with a magic arrow to get the that one thing going, and we're gonna push Shiv, and we're gonna check our stats and make sure we're still at cap SSI. We're on casting. That's why it's not there. Swings. Oh, food. You can click the gem to refresh it. So we are capped SSI. That's what we expected. I'm not pulling up comparisons with live this morning, y'all. It's just, it ain't worth my time. So this looks right. This looks like exactly what we would expect. Now I know some codexes got reset, so we're gonna check. Everything looks normal with our codex. Healer's codex is probably wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. Let's see here. We need 1 point in without borders. I will share my full monitor here. We're on test. Specialist, increase heal amounts. Absolutely have to bump this. That's the good one. Self-treatment, we always put at least 1 in this. I'll probably cap that one as well. Triage, this one's very, very important. We'll do at least 2 in triage. Combat medic is the same thing. We'll do at least 2 in this. We want these because they cause our bandages to make our crew take a lot less damage. Overheal is kind of a waste. Pressure points, this is SDI. It's useful if we don't need anything else, but we might take it. Dead stuff doesn't hit us as hard. We'll go ahead and cap triage. I don't think we're going to cap self-treatment, and then we'll put 1. No, 5%'s useless. We'll go ahead, and we don't have anywhere else to put 1, so put it in pressure points. All right, we don't use any other codexes on this build, so let's go over to... Oh, I already had it up. Let's go, we'll start in Outpost. Outpost usually has quicker access to stuff that actually doesn't suck. Dock our ship. Nothing's different about our ship. Board. We are on test. Do combat, medic, and triage stack? I sure hope so. I've always assumed they do. It doesn't say anything that assumes they wouldn't. I mean, there is a cap. So, I hope so. We are going to be running skewer here. We'll start out on this guy, just see where our damage feels. Trying to get in the habit of using this gump. Alright, blast him. Let's look over here. Need to be in war mode. Shoot him again. Alright, we're boarding. We're going to see if the spec feels about the same. Scourge goes off. Watch the damage numbers. Hey, so far, it doesn't feel much different at all, to be honest. We're running off aspect Fortune. We're not looting. Hey, this stuff died about in the time I expected to. We need to see a real boat. Reload. Oh, let's see here. I need to check something. Looking good there. I've got this multi-stream crap set up this morning, so making sure I'm outputting and I'm not missing chat to important stuff. Bananas, I really think that they stack. There's nothing that indicates they wouldn't. I don't read in the PvM channels as often as I should for non-ship stuff. Here's a good target. We've got a little bit on this cooldown, so we'll run a flak into a swift reload into a smoke shot here. Or I mean flak swift reload bone shot. One of the problems with doing stuff on test is you move a lot faster because you're not looting. But we only really care about the PvM aspect of this. I should have swift reloaded my flak. That would have been smarter. Move away. We're getting that accuracy bonus. That's why we're sitting still for a second. Zoom in so I can see damage a little better. Head on over. Scourge went off. And damage is exactly what I expect. These guys are a little tankier. 75 armor. Hell, that, honest to goodness, it feels like we're doing a little more damage than usual. I'm going to make a ruling right now that Ocean PvM is almost entirely not affected by this patch. Some of the new stuff's going to look good, but you can't beat Fortune. I mean, it's weird seeing loot like this, but here's the problem. Fortune gives you extra loot, extra money, extra chance at rares, and extra redline. So as long as I'm gated by these cooldowns, there's not any reason ever to try these new cool specs on the Ocean. Because Fortune gives me a bunch of stuff, and sure, I can clear this boat faster, and we're going to try it with other stuff soon. But then I'm going to be sitting around with my thumb up my ass waiting on these cooldowns to come back. I needed to sync that. I'm on test, but we're trying to be a good citizen of test. So it's looking like PvM meta on the ocean still going to be Fortune Harpoon, frankly. I'm running a low damage spec. We did that ship in sub 2 minutes. And that's one of the tankiest ships we're going to do. We'll keep doing this because for science, we'll run at least 20 minutes of it. We could be earning on live, but y'all, I've spent 45 minutes shooting the water for science, so, you know. Go to sales, get a reload here. We're going to this lizard man. It doesn't seem like the healer's kit changes affect us at all either. Honestly, we get an extra point or two to spread, but I already spread points low, so it being only requiring 5 doesn't change a lot for us. Hey, I remember to use swift reload this time. Repair our sails, drive away from the shot. We're on test, but we might as well micro. Nothing changed with ship abilities or monsters, so the only thing we're needing to test this morning, change this back to accuracy, shoot our bone shot. I should do the swift reload on the bone shot on live when I start doing that. I meant to push rum here and I forgot. That'll be a good test if we can rush their damage. Look at how fast this stuff's dying. There's nothing different. We picked up like 5% damage on some stuff. And I feel like it sounded like Skewer was getting a tiny nerf, but Skewer gets a 25 armor pierce. Nobody talks about. It's a free multiplier. Like, how do you compete with a free multiplier on damage? We're still clearing these lizards faster than we can. We've still got 45 seconds on this to get to our next ship. This is in Fortune. This was a ship line, one of the strongest ships we're going to fight. I think we can pretty safely say our harpoon spec, still the best. We'll drop this ship. We'll push rum to raise these guys' health up a little bit. Don't mind wasting bombs on test. And so we've tried this. It looks good. We are going to try out one of the new, oh, that's not where I want to go. We're going to give one of the new weapons a test just for the giggles of it. Go to Prev, Town Center. Because I want to see what, like, chakrams or whatever they are. I want to try dual axes. That's what I was thinking of. So we'll take off our harpoon. We'll grab, yes, I am disarmed. Turn off that script. Where did he put them on the shelf? There it is. So we need, I mean, come on, what's more piratey? Oh, we got to get Avar. What's more piratey than dual axes or scimitars? We'll do axes. That is what we were gonna do. Did I not grab one? Oh, I was thinking how the shelf used to work. Dual axes. Oh, we gotta take those off because of the tactics. Tactics screws this thing up. We'll turn fishing to 0. Turn dual wield to 100. Apply stats and skills. We're not changing anything else about the spec. Death. Activate on the weapons. Oh, you know what? You guys are going to want to see how this looks with a real aspect. Let's turn on a real aspect. We're going to do air because I've got capped air. What's our stats look like now with that? Look at that. We're going to be woo! Going nuts. We could min-max this spec a hell of a lot better because our swing speed cap's 56. We're way over swing speed. We're not going to because we just want to see how they feel. We need to get the codexes. Complete all codexes. Come on. Where the hell's that bag opening? It's always somewhere stupid. Oh, I turned off my thing that's supposed to block y'all seeing my map. Why the hell is that off? Should be off. Oh, I've got full monitor on. I'm a dumbass. A dumbass. All right. Completed all codex. I don't know what this codex looks like. We got to dig it out of here. Eeny meeny, is this it? I don't know what the hell they are. It's funny. You would think I would. There's the throwing one. Wrestling. There it is. Just put that in there. We'll put the throwing one in here because we're going to play with it too. We're going to throw all the rest of these away so we quit getting confused. I read about these, but that was 3 days ago, so I don't remember. Weapon special chance increase is always good. Let's look at our stats and see what our special chance is. Special chance is only 31%. So 7 ranks of this, 28. It's additive generally for these, so that bumps us up to about a 60. So that's pretty good. Let's look and see the patch notes here. Where's my Discord? Oh, looks like we had a patch yesterday. Announcements. I gotta read those patch notes eventually. Test shard. Dual wield. There it is. What's the special? That's annoying. Weapon ability, weapon special. Increase damage by 150 and adds a stack of feint. Blah, blah, blah. Damage is reduced. We don't care about damage reduced. Takes 3% per damage. Yeah, so essentially it's stacking up this extra damage taken. The important thing about this is I guarantee you this is a multiplier because Luthien doesn't understand how stacking these things works very well. And so this will apply similar to Discord if I just taking a wild guess. And so that multiplier is really, really important. So melee special is going to be more important on these. So we'll keep that in mind as we set this up. That's aggressive. We'll never run defensive on ship stuff. Deals 10% to a random enemy within 2 targets or 2 tiles. Cleave's always good because you're hitting multiple targets. The problem with cleave is this is a 70% damage multiplier, but it doesn't make the target we're attacking dead faster. So far, it's looking like aggressive heavily wins for land, cleave for boat. Square off. Accuracy increased by 2. Effective parry. Bonuses are doubled. Oh, yeah, whatever. That's a land thing. Damage increased by 2% per rank and attack speed by 1%. So that shank isn't... You got to be behind them. There's actually... Because swing speed is very important for... swing speed's still your biggest damage increaser, hands down. Because crew tank for you, there's a world where this is actually really, really good. You can cut all swing speed crap from your Echo and pick up other multipliers. But for boating stuff, it's almost certainly going to be... it's going to be cleave. On guard doesn't sound like it's something we'd want. 500 will receive a 5-point damage shield. Yeah, we don't care about damage shields. Coup de grace, 500 Side or rear, decreases player aggro. We'll do coup de grace, and we'll try to be behind stuff. Blade Whirl sounds like it hits stuff. Make a melee hit up to 4 characters. Yeah, so hit a bunch of stuff. Nightly, increase melee damage. Why would you put nightly on a dual wield? Maybe if like it was a parrying dagger. Whatever. I didn't even read it. I was busy bitching. Aggro and melee damage in front of enemies. Yeah, whatever. Knave. Reduces player aggro, increases melee damage, side or rear. Yeah, we don't want... I don't want to have to deal with that stuff. I just want to push buttons that kill stuff. I don't want to worry about positioning. I got too much other stuff. So Blade Whirl is going to be our go-to for boating. Go back to our Galleon. Re-equip these. Do a repair here. Go back into this. Continuous search is on. Let's go find a boat to kill. It's got to remember to push Blade World. It's going to be weird. We're not ranged. So, again, we're just testing stuff out to see how it feels this morning. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Y'all are quiet in chat this morning. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Tide collar carrot, chuck one of these. I suspect dual wielding's, we're in there. I suspect dual wielding's not going to be the thing for us. But it already looks like harpoons are just fine. So, sales, this. We can't hit stuff from here with this. We're going back to accuracy for our next shot. Swift reload, bomb shot. Give them business end. Let's go. Oh god, we took a bunch of damage. We wanted Blade Whirl. Yeah, I mean, harpoons are just so good. Even though we're hitting super quick. It is fun hitting super quick. But if we put our harpoon on in air spec, we'd be hitting super quick too. Look at that go. Cleve. Cleve's doing business. You can absolutely farm on this. Let's put ourselves in Fortune for the 1-to-1 on actual damage being done. We cleared that boat super fast. Go to this Galleon next. Look at that. We did it in under... We are back on our ship within a minute. I may have spoken too soon. Now that we were in air, let's go see it in Fortune. But we cleared that really quick. Hey bros, just want to say thank you. A few years back before JSONs have the scripting, you've been using your stay alive even now. Dude, that's awesome to hear. Man, that script has been around in some iteration for so long. I love that script. I use it all the time. We're just gonna wait on our ability here. Set this to sails. I shouldn't have sailed on that guy as quick as I did. Alright, here we go. Give him the business end of the cannons. We drive away. Cool guys drive away after they shoot somebody, right? Business end of the cannons again. Switch into accuracy for our eventual bone shot coming up. Swift reload bone shot. I am glad you're enjoying this. We need Blade Whirl. Look at that damage. All right, guys. we're gonna need this to slow down because I don't want to deal with getting new weapons on live. This might actually be competing with Harpoon. Look at this shit, chewing them up. And we are using the exact same links, exact same spec. What's our stats on this? Yeah, we're overcapped on swing speed because we're dual wielding. We could change this spec a lot, actually. Look at it die. I don't like this. Like, I wanted to be wrong, or I wanted to be right about these not being better than, let's switch to aggressive here since we only got one target. I wanted to be right about these sucking. Shit. We're 10% SSI over capped. I don't know. Shit. Now we got something to actually test. Let's go change the spec such that, let's push rum before we do and reload. We're going back to town center. This is a problem I haven't really thought about. I found something that's not bad. Shit. Bad for PvP, can't fight boat crew. Yeah, you're not wrong, but you know how many people don't want a PvP now, so we have to do the science on it. Is that, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole when I say that. Yeah, I agree with you though. It's, you want range, and we're going to try out the throwing weapons in a minute. I'm trying to see what I can cut 10% SSI off of this. We don't like cutting focus. Focus does too much. We definitely cut the magic resist. Tactics, of course, stays. Focus does so much for us. What? Let me pull this up. Outlands focus. So I'm not lying to myself. I hate being overcapped. It just makes me feel like I'm wasting something. Accuracy and swing speed. Defense we don't care about. Nah, we can cut this. I'm gonna cut focus down. Set it to maybe 40. We'll see if that... Let's look at our stats, see if we're overcapped now. Melee. Oh, this is on. That doesn't feel right. Okay, well, let's put that back at like 80. Apply. Oh, we're not using, we didn't have our weapons equipped. So we need this to be 40. You can't have your weapons equipped while you're doing your stupid this because it thinks your tactics counts towards your skill. Set this to 50, apply. I could do the math on this, I'm very well aware. I'm lazy in that sense. Melee 40.5. 40 will be 0.5 overcap. Drop arms day, hell no. Melee specials is way too important. Overcap adds damage. No, I think it does actually. I think they changed that to where it does add damage, but you're better off picking up other skills. So let's check our melee stats now. 50.5. We're at the right SSI now. Let's look at what we can do here. We've got 70 skill points to add. I mean, the obvious one is we take healing and anatomy to 100. Apply. What's that give us? We've got 30 more points to use. There's not really another good SDI off the top of my head. Flex points. I guess we could put them in parrying. You know what? That's actually a great idea. We take the parrying to 80 and we never die, ever. It actually, yeah, we'll drop healing and anatomy back down. That'll take 40 out. Picking up 80 parrying means you are alive forever. We gotta cut 10 points from something else if we do that. 80, apply. Yeah, we gotta cut 10 points somewhere. I will cut them out of dual wield because we'll always hit anyway. All right. This is the echo we're going to be testing. We'll show this. So this is the testing echo for dual wield. We'll have to change it back up for throwing. Alki. Oh, shit. Alki would be good. Explosion pots. I haven't done explosion pots on the water. I don't know if they're any good. And it's one of those things that I just forget to use them all the time. I bet it's better than parry though. Didn't they just change up the kit? The kit got changed too. PvP bonus, we don't care about that. Increase healing, increase cure. I use alchemy potions all the damn time. We'd always be strength and agi buffed. Yeah, you're probably right. What would we get from this? Yeah, that doesn't matter as much. The bleeds would be good. Taking the bleeds out on like demon crap. You're right. Alchemy might just be good in general for our other spec, but we would lose something important to pull that off. But losing the bleed effects is kind of important. We have other stuff, ship abilities that takes that off though. Consume, doesn't matter to me. We can't use lethal poison with this, so that acrid's useless to us. Heal potions, freedom. Yeah, freedom would be great on fishing ships. As with everything, the problem with this is we give up other stuff that's really important. I think parrying's the way to go right now. And we don't have to deal with potions and such. I don't think Shield Bash was changed. Wording we don't care about. Mirror. No. We're going to be moving around. Last stand, of course. We're going to test this. Let's go see what it looks like. Here we go. Back to our galleon. This is the one, not the one. I got to throw this crap away. There we go. Oh, I'm going to take my harpoon off too because God knows I'm going to accidentally put that on at some point. Blow this ship up real quick. We'll go to this guy. We have our weapons equipped. Listen, we could do a whole build around running dual axes just because of how cool it looks. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Oh, look at that. We got some garbage spam in our Twitch chat. It's been a long time since we had to deal with that. Let's stop moving this boat for just a second. Where's my... I don't have my chat manager turned on. I don't remember how to even do this crap. Report. Where's the spam? Next. Spam. Next. They spam. Submit report. Lowe's. Morning, Spicy White Boy. Hope you're doing well. All right, here we go. To the next ship. For those just joining, we're testing the new patch, PvM mini expansion. Let's switch this to sales. I was out this weekend at a Royals game. I drove down to Kansas City to watch my Tigers play the Royals. Baseball is great, y'all. You see all this gray hair? Once you get gray-headed, you got to decide if you like baseball or football and commit. Go back to accuracy. We're testing dual wielding, just to see what it looks like. We are using Fortune just for the one-to-one comparison with harpoons. So far, last ship we did, it actually feels really good. Blade whirl. Look at that whirl. We did 1,300 damage. Look at this shit, y'all. I can't make up how fast stuff is getting deleted. This is still in Fortune. Why is it? Oh, I've got skill gain shown. Show skill gain. Turn that crap off. Because we're at 90 right now. Now it's slowing down a little bit. Oh, I left it. I didn't turn cleave back on. We'll get back into cleave. It's going to look even better. Looking at our timer here, it feels good because we're watching it closer. Go Cubbies. Listen, y'all. The Cubs are a wonderful team, and I just thank goodness you're not a Sox fan. This boat made us feel better about the spec because that is nowhere near faster than harpoons. We had 25 seconds left on our SPK, which means it took us roughly a minute and a half from start to finish on this ship, which is on par with harpoon. Let me repair or heal this guy. And that was a galleon too. So Druid ship's going to be a big test of this. We weren't in cleave though, to be fair to it. Simple Soul says, I thought boat deco was bad for LOS. You use the boat with a big fire camp. It looks more intimidating. Yeah, it is. I just, at some point, you got to decide if you're playing for fun or if you're playing to min-max. And I have decided I'm playing for fun. So we're cosplaying a Ossuarian ship right now. Don't's a longtime Dodger fan. Listen, now, I can take a Cubs fan over there on Twitch with Spicy White Boy, but a Dodgers fan? I don't know. Dodgers are good, y'all. Dodgers are too good. And so my local team, my I think they're high A affiliate now. The Great Lakes Loons, are a Dodgers affiliate. And so I see a lot of up and coming Dodgers players when I go watch minor leagues. Yeah, you play for, Simple Soul says you play for the lulz. That's how you should be. Hey, don't get me wrong, playing to win and playing to play hard, absolutely great things. We back to sales. Druid's going to be a real test of this spec. Give them the business end of the cannons. Oh, that's interesting. We can't get our free cures from chucking harpoons because we're not ranged. But we are using parrying on the build. The extra SSI, y'all, it can't be overstated what that gives us in being able to look at other abilities, other things. So I'm going to say right now, I strongly suspect that this build is not bad. You're losing ranged option. You're losing ranged option, so I don't want to make that... Yeah. Bone shot. We're going to pop our rum here. Let's do this ship real quick and then we'll talk more. Blade whirl. We'll turn this on. We're taking a lot of damage. That's something though. We can't range these stupid trees. Yeah. Even with... Alright. Calling it bad. I can't range the demons in the trees. You have to be standing by them, which means you're taking the area of effect. Let's get revived real quick so our crew don't die and we don't have to reset everything. Provide a healer. Accept. get back here. We're on test, so it's not a big deal if we do stuff like this. We'll sink that ship in a minute. Yeah, losing the range, being able to stand off the trees and the demons makes this a non-starter. So we're going to try throwing stuff now. I officially called dual wielding bad. Same reason we don't mace and swords, and I kind of forgot about it because I got excited. Not going to lie. We're going back to town center to restock. Resupply here. Go into Fortune. Death. We're going to have to go back to our Echo too. Hopefully, got an Echo here. I don't have a good Echo for it. We'll change it all. Throw this away. We're going to test throwing weapons next, but we're going to change our Echo back to what it should be. Drop dual wielding. Pick up throwing. ST. Throwing goes to 100. We got to drop parry. Focus goes back to 100. I think that sets us where we should be. No, I'm missing 20 and something. Oh, 20 in magic resist. Put 20 in this. Apply. Yeah, range has to. Spicy White Boy said range has to be better for boating. It does. I wanted to give it its fair shake, but I completely forgot about the trees just nuking us into oblivion. I'm gonna go back to my ship real quick to make sure my crew aren't just dying. Yeah, they're fine. Now we'll go back to doing this. All right, we need a throwing weapon. We turned throwing on. Absolutely got to be axes, y'all. I understand ninja stars are cool as shit. I was a mall ninja kid growing up, but we got to throw axes. I don't know the difference in these two. Let's look at the patch notes real quick. We need to know what we get for weapon setup bonuses. One-hand weapons, melee or ranged with shield, plus accuracy and damage resistance. That doesn't matter. We can run it with no shield for the accuracy, because accuracy goes straight into a damage bonus. We'll do that. No, what the hell? We'll take the damage resistance. So let's swap back to this. We'll grab a shield while we're in here. I need to... Oh, I was going to pick the type of axe. First, we're grabbing a shield. Get that equipped. All right. Now, back to this. And what kind do we want to use? You can't poison the axes, but you can poison everything else. No shit. Huh. Like for the throwing axes or the dual wielding axes? Surely he intends to fix that. Because, I mean, shit, you just poison it on a... No, because it doesn't apply if you don't have poisoning and taste ID, right? I haven't played with trying to do that stuff in so long. It's good to know, though. It might be something interesting to do there. Yes, for throwing. It would be really cool, actually, to ship poison shurikens, you know? Just poison the shit out of everything. That might be really strong in PvP. Huh. You talk about a whole different spec, though. That's something we'll play with in a minute. Let's just try it as a ranged melee, though. Ranged melee sounds so stupid. Weapon types. Throwing star, hurl back. Okay, this is our speed 34 damage dice. 16 to 31. Hey, look at that. Y'all got to see my my work stuff for a brief second. We'll try that though. We'll try ranged poison before we get off stream. Axe 18 to 38. We're gonna go with the harder hitter. 26, 34. More procs on this. But the axe looks cooler. 5d5 is a very consistent number. No, it's not. I think the Hurlbat's actually better. I don't know. Make a bully lethal poison star throwing thief. Goodness. It sounds fun. All right. We're just getting this guy. Let's turn on our fortune. Immediately we get the armor benefits of running a shield, so that's nice. Fortune death, just because we want to do one-to-one comparison with our harpoons. Let's check and make sure we're at 50 SSI. We are at 50 SSI. We got to go through our stances. Oh, I didn't check what the special on this does. Where's the melee special? Moving planting, weapon special. Winged, 100 as a stack of winged. Melee finisher health thresholds up by 2%. That's actually kind of nice. So, bumps the threshold. Assuming we're chucking quite a lot of these, it lets us do finisher at 35%. All right, torrent. Melee hits increase attack speed. We don't care about attack speed. We're capped. We don't want defensive stuff. Reaper deals an extra 8% of damage per rank to 2 additional random targets. Yeah, that's the one. Always the one. I doubt we ever even get off of that. We'll look at the other two just to be safe. Damage increase. We're not going to be moving. Kite accuracy by 1, 2. If target has moved. Stuff doesn't move on ships. Finishers. 300% damage for the next 15 seconds. Increased by 10%. Same Slayer group. We don't care about that. Hobble. 150% per movement step. Both of these suck. We're just taking the one that's the higher damage. Clash for the next 15 seconds, plus accuracy, damage resistance, melee damage. Yeah, that one sounds all right. Unlimited moving throws, don't care about that. Attack range is increased by 4. All these suck. We'll be using Clash. None of them even remotely compete to Scourge, though. Let's go to our Galleon. We've already busted up that, I'll get our hotbars back up, we died. We've already busted up that druid ship a little bit. So it's, will you open the stupid back? Oh, it's opening behind my map. That's annoying. Okay. Oh, I guess it sank, or it wandered off. Pirate ship of the line. Dual wielding looked like more damage per second than harpoons. I'm not gonna lie. The problem is it's not ranged. It's a non-starter. Ranged is too important. Check this. We don't have continuous search on. Back to sales. All right, that's a tanky boy. might have to shoot that one more time before we do our bone shot. I don't know, we might be able to bone shot board. Kind of forgot I'm ranged again. Back to accuracy, as I know I'm not using the gump that I'm supposed to. I gotta get better about that. Swift, bone shot. We want these dead before like 20 seconds on that. That's about what we would have with our harpoons. Even with hitting 2 targets, this is just worse. I can tell you that already. Look at these damage numbers. The specials are hitting almost 500. We're not swinging much faster. Throwing's a bust for just throwing. Now, the ranged lethal application, that might be not awful. I don't want to test anything with poison because he said he's going to change. Test shard's coming down. Go figure. Luthien saw me on test shard. He's like, kiss my ass, Brozan. Let's bomb this down. All right, we're going to play on live, I guess. So much for testing this morning. Morning, Minnie. Hope you're doing well. We're swapping over to live right now. Test chart's going down for updates, so let me turn off my full monitor. Brozan. We got to go pick up our societies. I was gone on Friday. Societies. Oh, Fabulous is about to go out. Society jobs. We don't rescue castaways. 4 for 8, though, is kind of nice. Oh, there was a sink. Carracks, of course. Galleons, tide collars, mediums, paragons, non-players. All right. Where in the world is Brozan launching his ship? We're going to the secret house that y'all don't get to see. Oh, I forgot the magic arrow myself. I've been on test. Eject. Launch. We'll be out on it pretty quick. God, I love that music. It's just so peaceful. Makes me want to murder people. Continuous surge. Simple, that's amazing, a legendary drop. You know, even junk legendaries that don't have good rolls are very valuable because people need to expedite their legendaries sometimes. So that is amazing. And I love the Castaway system. Please don't think I'm dismissing it. I think Castaways were much needed. It's just good all around. The problem for me is that salvage isn't worth driving into a port for. For me. The system wasn't designed around endgame boaters, and it shouldn't be. Oh, Matt asked about what I was talking about poisoning. So the fun thing about boats and poisons is you can apply your poisons before you jump over to the other ship. Pre-Wildlands, that was the strongest spec. We'll go to this merchant longship. And so you get all your poison stacked, and then you jump onto the ship, and then you knock them down. You know, the poisons start ticking super hard, and obviously you've got to, what am I trying to say here? You've got a crowd of NPCs that are very stuck in what you want to do to them. Let's set this to sales. But Luthien's said in the patch notes that we're likely seeing changes to poison stings coming, that he was still working on it. And so I don't want to test anything with poison just yet because I don't want to have to retest stings. We always cut away from merchants. They drop those stupid bombs that just ruin our day. We are going to drive right past all of them, so they're all aggroed now. Switch to accuracy. Need to swift reload here. Bone shot. We didn't do our bone shot. We did a regular shot. Whatever. Scourge. Yeah, our damage numbers were slightly higher on test with the harpoon, so overall a buff. Overall a buff. We are on live now. Luthien was taking test down, so we'll go back to test tomorrow morning probably. Lulu's taking a lot of damage here. Scourge again. Make sure I'm healing Lulu. Yeah, we killed boats faster on test with the same spec. 7.5 bravery boost and 8% boarding boost, you guess is best for Ocean Boss. Honestly, unless he changes NPCs or crew damage is still bad. So bravery and boarding don't have a lot of value. That crew, right now in today's meta, is going to be best for salvage. Oh, we went to this. Damn it, man. I forgot about that. I mean, it doesn't impact us much. We just have to click more. My RSI hates you, Trank. Go to this Carrick. Well, that did not sync. Matt said as a spellcaster, don't really pay too much attention to stings. It's direct dose and airborne. Yeah, as a spellcaster, you're just gaining damage because of the extra codex points you get and the changes. Let's see here. We need sales. Nothing good on track there. Next shot will get us on this one. The swift reload into bone shot is so strong on this build. We just did 3,094 sales damage. I did not. How my potion satchel's not open somewhere. There we go. I sure am glad I get to click the whole loop now instead of running a script on it. Send crew back. I need to remember I'm on live. What's your hood called you got on your paper doll? That is a Witch Hunter's hood. It was part of Halloween 25, 24. Halloween stuff. I think actually the whole ensemble that I'm wearing right now was Halloween. It's all ocean hued, obviously. I'm going for that crawled out of the ocean depths. The actual key piece to this whole setup is these stupid pants right here. Because without these pants, those legs show through and it ruins it. And so the pants... Oh, now I've got it in the wrong order. What do I got to do here? There we go. Double click to put them on, whatever reason. The pants let you see my sandals. I'm actually very proud of this outfit. as somebody who just does not do a whole lot of dress up in UO, I spent a lot of time making this. And I really do. I feel like he's like the crypt keeper kind of guy crawling out of the water. The candle, I earned this candle. That's the old Ocean Yuletide. Yeah, they're fairly rare. I don't know what you would pay for them these days. I have no idea candle values. Haven't had a chance. Hold loot pop up automatically like a corpse. You know what? I'll try to pay attention to it this time. We'll go to that long ship next. Your paper doll looks so bad you close it. Sales. This is another one. We'll shoot this one because we're gonna have to wait on the cooldown anyway. So we'll break a little hole while we're in SPK. Look at that damage. Backing off. I'm microing this morning because I'm a little more hyped up. Give him the bone shot. Give him the bone. This is why harpoons can be beat. Look at that chunk, and that's not aspect proc or anything. It's just so strong. I haven't refilled my bird feeders since I got back from Kansas City. I'm fucking old, y'all. Gray hair. I've got robins coming in just left and right. Like, hey, man, did you forget us? What the shit? Cardinals, not robins. No, that did not open when I walked up to it. I had to click it. So, still have to click them like a treasure chest. Come on. Back to sales. We've got 30 seconds here, so we'll probably have to stop. The world is saving. We'll go read Lutheus's updated patch notes in the near future. I'm curious what's going on. I want to play on test this morning some. Oh, look at work stuff. Who's pinging me on work? Oh, one of my buddies. Not work related. We're talking about RimWorld. If you guys haven't played RimWorld, I've got like 1,300 hours on that game. What an amazing game. Lights fuse. Just like I like it, buddy. Just like I like it. Sail away from the fuse lighters. RimWorld, you've done. Oh, hang on a second, Minnie. I apologize. I got distracted by work stuff and talking about RimWorld. You made 3 miners and you don't really get that much iron ore. When's it get good? No, man, it gets good right from the start. It may not feel like you're getting a lot. The thing is, it just sells for so much because nobody wants to mine. You only need 1,000. In that video, when I was shooting it, I picked up like 700 and it took me like 5 minutes. None of those miners are capped. If you're failing a lot, then yeah, it'll pick up. I think at like 60% is when you don't get many failures. And it doesn't take long at all to hit 60%. I should have talked about that in that video. That's something I didn't think about. The skill gain, early skill gain. But you should be at 60 or 65 very, very fast because you gain off of iron all the way up to like 95 or 100. You don't gain off of iron ore after some point, and you have to find colored ore to go above 100. But you never fail iron at that point. So for gold per hour, it doesn't change a lot. You got to start doing maps after that, though. Minnie says you love RimWorld. I've got so many hours in it. I didn't do well with the what were they called, memes? The one that added like ideology, that's what it was. I personally didn't enjoy ideology as much, but the rest of the DLCs, so good. And I'll always give Ludian Studios my money. Like, the lead dev for RimWorld, he is, but back in the day when RimWorld was coming out, he was so active with the community. Like, I got him to put multiple things into the game just by saying, hey, these are things that would make the game better and they shouldn't be mods. And that he would implement them. Switch sales here. Matt said you haven't played RimWorld, feel like as a Dwarf Fortress veteran, you've already done it. Yeah, no, I get that. I absolutely respect that. I never played Dwarf Fortress. So the first colony sim game that I found was RimWorld. Minnie says you love playing as a Sangophage. Sangophage are like vampires. Vampire city with prisoners to feed blood upon. Yeah, there's so much, like, I play Dungeons and Dragons. There's so much role-playing stuff you can do on it. There's so much min-maxing stuff you can do on it as well. That's a lot of fun. Go to this Galleon next. Get up next to this. The farm's been really good this morning so far. I need to check what's going on over here. Okay. Get my loot. Manfred's taking a lot of damage. We targeted on the captain. That's why we're sitting here while they're thumbing our ass. Get a Scourge here. Oh, everybody go home soon. We'll get one more tick on Manfred here. It wasn't healing Manfred, of course. I am not used to clicking that. At least I'm used to when you see the grid start clicking, so it's not slowing me down. And we wait on our bomb to go off to go back, so it's not impacting the loot queues or anything. Go to sales. We'll pop rum here just to top these guys off. Oh! Nice. Ship of the line. One ship over the line. This guy's moving. What the hell? Come back. Back off. This is our next target. I didn't hit rum. Why is it not going? Did you see that? I clicked that like 3 times before it went off. Go accuracy. Swift reload and the bone shot. I'm really liking having changed swift reload to be on the bone shot piece. Man, that hits hard. 3,000 sales damage that time. 2,052 hull, which, I mean, that's pretty normal for me. We've got rum ticking here, so we don't have to worry about anything. Except the fat loot. And not dying. Send those guys back to repair the ship. Pop the hatch. Pop the hatch. Do up the loot. This sinks to this bomb. We got time to kill. Got some of our own bombs. Sweep. He'll sweep towards us because he's running north, so we gotta go in. Large dragon ships are a complete waste of our damn time. I tried to be honest about this. We could fight this guy. All we're going to do by fighting this guy is waste our time so that he can run off and repair and call in on us. So we're going to head towards land. I enjoy fighting carracks and galleons. Yeah, he's beelining for us. He's glassed us by now. I think our infamy is probably down to like 2 or 3, but we run a high wake build, so all that crap on the glass can make it hard to see where he is. We're going to sit here for a second. He made us go all the way over here. He knows we're docking. Oh, it's Slang. Morning, Slang. Anyway. Oh, shit. We can't. We hit him first, so we couldn't recall. That's funny. We're going to be running all the way back to our house. I don't have a re-equipped macro. Oh, he interrupted. Never mind. That's fine. I don't do land PvP ever anymore. Kind of forgot interrupts are a thing. Macro to open hold. You can. Ando, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Oh my god, I got so much junk in my stuff. We're about to go see if Test is back up. Let's go see if Test is back up. Again, test server. Oh, it is. Good deal. We're going to see if he posted patch notes. Ew, he didn't. Ah. Respawned in a bunch of junk. We can't move because we are in go. It's funny. No items of that type. Or 2 items of that type. Get this set up. We were testing throwing. First ship we did felt awful. Absolute junk. I want to DM loot this. We started the test. Anything new? Maybe he'll reply. Let's go ahead and hit this guy. Get our hotbars up. Reload. Sails. We're throwing right now. Throwing axes. Continuous. Go back to accuracy here. We'll go play on live later. I want to do testing. Maybe an aggro wave ship build. It sucks. I'm not gonna test it, but I can tell you right now it sucks. It doesn't do enough. You can't use fields on ships, and that's a lot of the build. Besides that, it limits your AoEs to once every 5 seconds, and you just don't do enough damage. You got to run it in aggro. Agora, you got to run it in that spec so you don't get the fortune bonus. A fortune is still key to boating, and so everything has to be better than the fortune harp. Any aspect to compete with fortune has to make it so that these cooldowns don't matter, and you're not going to get something like that. Throwing sucks. We can safely say throwing sucks on ships. We'd love to test poison with throwing, and it's on my list of stuff to do, but it ain't good for ships. Dual wield feels like a lot of damage, guys. I want to try dual wield on land. So we need to test our Necro. That's high on my list. Necro testing is high on my list. Check. Oh, there we go. We're just running the dock here. Have I tried wrestling? Not on ships. I'm not going to run through all the different weapons. We tested early with the dual wield, and the first thing that we found is range is just too important, because you have to outrange demon and druid ships. Otherwise, the glass cannon builds we use are garbage, because the demons drop those stupid blood splatters, and the druids have those AoE trees, and in melee, without defenses, because we run glass cannon, you can't compete with ranged. We just dock here. We don't care if stuff falls on the ground. Go Towns, Prev, Town Center. I'm gonna throw some stuff out of our pack real quick that we accidentally looted. I will be back in a couple seconds. All right. Next up is Necro testing. Echo. This one. I'm excited about this one. Kill my scripts. I'm excited about this one because the Grimoire changes, I think, are going to enable us to do some fun stuff. throw all this crap away. Throw that away. Death. Elb. We're trying to keep this true to what we play on live. So we're going to use our live chain. That's what our live chain looks like. The echo itself is Inscription, Necro, Eval, Mage, Meditation, Focus, and Spirit Speak. Got all that stuff. Got these. What was I doing? We got to reset our tomes. So our I think Bedrock. Oh, share the full monitor again. We want the. It's not Bedrock. It's Slam. Shatter Slam. This is our cripple effect chance, so we need multiple points in this. Spirit Pack to get these guys up faster, absolutely required. And then we just take tank stuff. Shatter is, we don't care about that. Purge, we don't care. Oh no, Purge is very important. Special abilities is what actually damages these guys. Bedrock is the damage resistance. I'm pretty sure we're going Bedrock, but we're going to look at the others just in case. That's also damage resistance. Each different in the last 5 seconds. So that can go up to 30. And that goes up to 20 when they're low. Bedrock's probably better for the way we fight. And that's just health restore. That's not that important. The cooldown on the health restore makes it useless. I think it's Bedrock. All right. I didn't look at demons. Demons might have changed enough to be relevant. Ancient, attack speed, and damage resistance for every 30 seconds they've been alive. Cap at 30. 30% DR is pretty nice. Battle casters, just damage. Blood fuel. The health regen is kind of nice, but they just take more more damage than the mummies. This massive growing fury. Yeah, we would only use these if we were doing tanky stuff. All right, I think that's actually everything. Oh, we got to change our script because Fireball's changed. Auto Mage. So we don't want to cast Fireballs anymore. And I'll go through my reasoning as we do our Grimoire. Reset the points on our Grimoire. So we absolutely have to take Create Food. We absolutely have to take Magic Arrow. You now have to 5-point all these lower tier ones because they go off every 10 seconds, but 5-pointing them is the damage bonus now. The reason we're not doing Magic Arrow or Fireball anymore is it doesn't do a strong upfront hit, and this is a disease spec, so the upfront hit is the most important. Harm is going up. Fireball is not. Lightning is. Curse is. What are the points in Firefield? Yeah. It's weird that he would tie a codex to an aspect. I don't like that. It doesn't feel right. Flame Strike is the same, so it definitely goes up. We may not see a lot of Flame Strike casts, so we might have to revisit that one. Energy Bolt. The refund sounds cool, but having to remember to cast an Energy Bolt as stuff dies, that ain't for me. We're close to cap. Mana Drain, yeah, it's still the refund. Mana refund. Magic Reflect is actually pretty good, but I'm too lazy to cast it, and I have pets in front of me. What is poison? Effective poisoning skill is up? Huh. That's actually kind of cool. We're just putting points into this. 25 extra armor is too damn good. And we'll probably do reactive armor. Maybe. It's easy to recast. Do greater heal. All right. Spec is spec'd. We'll check and work real quick. And then let's go test it. We've been doing a lot entitled tombs. So tombs, dungeons. It's either there or crawl. Now we've done more in crawl, so we'll know what it feels like. Let's close this bar. Let's get up our necro bar, open hotbar. That's for those just joining the stream. We are doing testing stuff today. 2 Moomies. Oh, I forgot to look at. Did summon creature change? We'll look at the patch notes here. Summon. Summon creature. Dismissive's about the same. Spirit Pact slightly changed. Bond for life. Same crap, don't care. Stampede, don't care. Okay, it's close enough to the same that it doesn't matter. We just get extra points here. Going to tune, or going to crawl. Got the pets, push the buffs. Do I have auto harm in this script? Harm's on, arrow, lightning. I feel like I'm missing something on that. Lightning. Harm arrow. No, I'm not. Level 3. Blade Spirit changed also. I don't ever cast Blade Spirits. There's too much to pay attention to Blade Spirits. I respect the stationary summons for being what they are, but I never got into that playstyle. All right, level 3. Pets on him. What we expect to see here is a whole lot more of these lightnings, harms, and the low level stuff. That died quick. Our mana. Mana looked good after that. You see, we're going to get to cast these lightnings, harms, and arrows a lot more often, every 10 seconds. I don't want to deal with this guy, but I'm going to have to. Yeah, I think our Necro got a huge buff. So the death aspect buff was big. Let's heal here. Let's look at death aspect first, live versus test. Actually, let's look at not dying. Move us to the entrance. Death aspect. So, Outlands death aspect. On live, the armor is 6% plus 2% per level. On test, it is 9% plus 3% per level. So on live, we've got 2 times 13, 26% plus 6, 32%. 1 out of every 3 casts puts a disease on. On test, we've got 36 plus 9, 45%. Considerably more chance. Almost 1 out of every 2 casts. This is a massive buff for us. Our death spec feels really good right now, but it's the low level spell changes that have made it so much stronger, because we're not ooming, we're not just casting flame strike over and over. We should swap pretty quick into casting our lightnings and stuff again. Get mana here. Like, we could run the Mind Blast version of this, and I don't think you would ever run out of mana. Flame Strike's obviously stronger, but... And this is only tier 13 aspect. This is tier 13 Death and Eld. So if this one doesn't get nerfed, if nothing gets changed on this one, this is feeling really strong. Our cooldowns here ought to tick off pretty quick. Yeah, we're still killing stuff before the cooldowns because of the flame strikes. But when we don't get the good refunds, we're gonna look at our Mavery stats real quick. What's our refund chance? It's capped at 50. Focus does work on that. It's funny, focus is stronger for me for spellcasting than it is for melee. When, you know, it was always a melee skill. Buffs all around on our death guy. Right now, this is going to be one of the strongest specs coming out of the patch. For me, there's going to be stronger meta stuff. Like, we're back in our lightning rotation already. The mummies are living more as well, and it's hard to tell if they're living more because I'm just killing stuff faster. Yeah. Hey, stuff still hits us hard, though. It's important to remember that. Got a mummy up here. We're going to back up and just let that mummy die and reset. Death also buff undead pets. The weapon or the spellbook proc. Look at all that disease ticks from earlier. The spellbook procs do buff undead pets, and there might be an undead necro something. I hate relying on procs. I prefer consistency. Because I strongly doubt that running aspect proc links is going to be stronger on a pet build than just follower damage and attack speed. Pure pet build versus undead summoner. Yeah, I think you're still going to run almost like your tamer links. So I don't think casting and trying to get procs is going to be where it's at. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a melee spec for it. I got a text here I need to check. Hang on, guys. All right. Release O. Do. Yeah, spec feels pretty good. We're going to try to entitle tombs real quick just to make sure it's, you know, not just crawl. But overall, buffs, big buffs to this. Go to tomb. Go to level 3. I need to change my Mind Blast script. Auto Mage Mind Blast, turn off Fireball. Okay. Yeah, it's just so much damage from those low-level spells. And you get to cast them every 10 seconds. So, the higher damage from the low-level spells, coupled with the increased disease ticks, which is a straight multiplier, which makes our sting here, what the hell's that called? Our poison strike. All that together makes this build so much stronger. Just, I bet it's a 30% buff on kill speed. It all adds up. It took us a little bit to get going on this guy, which is actually a good thing. I've wanted to see what it looks like when we don't get refunds. Meditate here up to 70. The mummies are tankier too, just hands down tankier, because we're able to pick up high damage resistance with our points now and keep our slam. The cripple is supposed to be at 10%, but it's showing 17 on this guy. I don't know why. I don't understand the math behind that cripple effect. Try an ocean boss. I could run an ocean boss real quick. Let me get back to somewhere. You want me to run ocean boss on a Pooner, or you want me to run it on this? I do not have my boss links, so I'm going to go to Prev and pick up some boss links. I think this would do good on an ocean boss, honestly. So we'll grab some, I gotta generate a tomes thing. I only have bronze damage to bosses, so we'll try to stay true. Let's pop off our damage to diseases. Move row. At all. Where is damage to bosses? Damage to bosses. 1, 2. Install all. Resupply. We'll try to remember to resummon mummies when we get out of here. Actually, probably need to do liches against ocean boss, because no, we'll do mummies for tanking the lizards. Yeah, we'll do mummies. What do I need besides this? I've got all my stuff from the earlier spec. Do a resupply. Dungeons. Ocean. Oh, what's... There's a fill all. Guild dungeon progress. That is boss. Oh god, it summoned 3? What the hell is that about? 7792584. What's a public dock around there? There are none. I guess we go to Terran. Terran. Dock. Dock ship, launch ship, port ship. Preview back on so we can see where we are. Oh, boss timer didn't work. Hopefully it actually spawns where it said it would. Did we just summon 3 bosses? Is that what happened? I was clicking the gem. My boss progress bar, that's funny. I didn't even think about that. So next spec we need to test is our Bard Summoner, which also got buffs, but their buffs to the Bard are nowhere near as significant as to our Death Necro. I'm calling it right now. Death Necro is going to be one of the strongest builds. Try it on the mage. All right, here we go. I used to run, I was the bard on Ocean bosses back in the day. They're fun story. We hid my bard. So there were some big changes to Ocean boss like 3 years ago that made them very hard again, where they had been very soloable. And so we in FS hid my bard doing boss damage. We made people think we were running a repair galley to tank it, all kinds of random shit, because we would beat a boss before contested before anybody could even show up. And so I played a bard that nobody knew his name, and I would launch that bard out, and that's how we beat the bosses so quick. And it took the other alliances months to figure out what we were doing. It was this whole cat and mouse game. I would go out of my way to look like a summoner so that if we, you know, my bard actually had to fight, and I would never play the character except on the ocean. Be cool if the meta switched to Necro Summoner or something. Pooner feels stale. Yeah, it's just, I know y'all are tired of me saying this, but until we get a cooldown rotation that can go faster than about 2 minutes, there are some that can go to like 1:45, but you really got to push to get it. Until we can get that, it doesn't matter. It just, you might as well be playing Fortune. And so nothing can compete with the Fortune loot. You can play a Fortune Summoner or a Fortune Tamer. The problem is it just, nothing compares with the loot and the red line because you have to wait on these ship cooldowns. So it doesn't matter if it takes 15 to 45 seconds to kill the crew. There's our Fury. Let's do this and this. It feels so wrong not to have that spyglass gun pop. We got those guys. Ew, come on. It's your stupid invisible thing. Getting 25 armor on your crew feels good, though. We're just going to drive the boss right into the middle of our ship so our mummies can do stuff. Oh, come on. Wasting my damn time. Well, we can see what the last 25% of a boss looks like. That sucks. I guess it was showing where other people's bosses already existed. About to go into meditation here. Oh, we broke out of meditation. Let those guys get tanky with it. We're just moving him right there. I don't have a target selection script, so I had to move closer to him to start the casting again. Hot rum. We need to back off and heal for a second. Oh, that's... There we go. It doesn't clear the NPCs. That's the problem, I think. Well, let's look at boss results just to see how much we did there. That was 100K. What, bosses are 300K now? It would have been alright. I think we could have done it. The problem is the lizards would pile up and we can't pull off and kill the lizards. Hang on, I need to block my screen for just a second. Sorry, I had a meeting pop up that I don't understand. Okay, it's not me. We're good to keep streaming. We're out here. We might as well kill a boat with this spec too. I wish we had a reason to change the meta. We're gonna repair for a second. I think we would have had to back off and clear the lizards at least once or twice. Surely. We'll try to summon another one just to see if it hits close to us. If it doesn't, we're not doing it. It's way too far away from us. Is the stream lagging? I show excellent quality on the stream, Parsnip. I hope it's not. It may just be the fact that I'm on the water and so I look laggy. We're going to do this boat in the Necro spec just for shits and giggles. Target sales. Great thing about having a summon, anything with summons in ship's combat is all that. I'll take so much less crew damage. Make him stop. That's dropping frames. Oh. Damn, sorry guys. Everything looks right on my end. I may have hit a lag spike or something. Board. Hey, we actually need to fight. Forgot I have to cast spells. I left my mummies over there because of an old script. Ah! I sent my crew back before I sent me back. Don't ever do that when you don't have a weapon skill. Shit. Send everything this time. Parsnip says someday you'll actually get around to trying Ocean. Ocean's a lot of fun. This is terrible. I'm killing stuff decently okay, but it ain't nothing like Harpooner. And I'm not in Fortune. I could probably do this in Fortune, though, to be fair. None of this damage is coming from the death aspect. My poor crew, though. You'd have to run rum on every ship, almost. We're only doing this because we went out to do a boss. I'm not trying to make mage a thing on the ocean. Look at that spot healing. So strong. Achilles asked if I prefer Necro or a Harpooner. I prefer Harpooner for the ocean stuff. Pop rum here. We're gonna do one more just for shits and giggles. We're on the death spec and we came out to see what an ocean boss would be like on the death spec. Higher damage. By the way, to actually talk about the... I forgot my pets. Mark followers. to talk about the actual boss stuff we just did. It's higher damage per second than the harpooner, in my opinion. It definitely looked like it. But you would have to have somebody else with you. I don't think you could solo reliably because of the lizards. You would slowly get overrun on your ship by the lizards. Go to sales here. We could be doing area spells and stuff on this. I know. We're goofing off for a second before we go do other test stuff. Go to accuracy. Swift reload bone shot. Build the board. Hey, the proc actually is useful for something. It is nice my mummy's tanking. What's this look like if I change this to Fortune? Oh, I've resolved. There we go. We're in Fortune. The damage should be about the same. And we don't care about the disease tick. Because stuff dies too quick to matter. Yeah, here's the problem with it. Mana. And it's just slower. But it's funny. Do I think anything will change with the ocean with this upcoming patch? To a very small degree. Hang on, let me not blow myself up. We're on test, but we still clean up our ships. Be a good citizen of, what is it, Abaddon? Is that the name of the world? I think that the specs on the ocean don't change. From what I played around with this morning, dual wielding is higher damage per sec. Like, dual wielding seemed to clear ships faster than harpoon did, but you're stuck in melee, and so that's a non-starter. There's many reasons you don't want to be within one tile of a lot of stuff on the ocean. So harpoon is stronger. So why the hell wouldn't you just run the best ranged spec on the ocean? You can still run it in Fortune and you're still cooldown gated. Now, to the broader question, do I think other stuff will change? No. I don't think he's going to adjust crew members or upgrades or anything like that. I think he would have told us if he was going to. I could be wrong. Or just dry docking. Free docking, I'm sorry. Dry docking. What I think might change is I am still of the opinion, let me get back to town center here. I am still of the opinion that he will change monsters or something before this all goes live. And if he does, then obviously our stuff gets changed. So that's what I think. But in general, no. If he does a monster rebalance, then we'll see ocean changes just by nature of mobs changing. He's not said anything about ship stuff for this patch. Next thing we need to test is our Provo Bard. So we'll get rid of these guys so we can change our echo. Go. Where's my Bard? Oh, I think I may be on... There it is. Peacemaking, Provocation, Discordance. Oh, that's... Never mind, that's not my Provo Bard. That's my high damage Bard. We need to test it too, though. So, this build, very, very similar to what we were doing. Going to Lyric. I'm going to fix everything and then we'll talk about it. We have to have self-taught. We have to have sing your own praises. I think Virtuoso's the best. Next 15 seconds after success, gain damage bonus of 25%. Printed skill. Ensemble. Gain damage bonus. I don't know, it's ensemble's stronger. And reverb is damage bonus, most successful recent. So it's ensemble and virtuoso. Definitely picking up damage with this. Oh, our red line's screwy. Mastery chain. What the hell? Oh, I gotta reset. Sorry guys, I'll catch up on chat in just a second. I'm trying to fix my chain. Remove this row. We gotta keep this for our flame strike scrolls. Add all in book. Now I do have gold bard links, so we will do effective barding. CDE, effective barding. 13 of these bad boys. Done, install all. Just noticed my share. Hey, woo, Big Suey. I lived 40 years in Arkansas. Profiles on codexes like the Tamer one, that would be so nice. Yeah, it would be so nice. Sorry, I got to check something again here. Man, I've got a text to that I got to look at before we go any further on testing this. All right, this is our ridiculous spell damage bard. What we're doing to make this bard so strong is we've got multiplier on lyric armor. We'll look at our lyric armor real quick. ABCD lyric. There it was. So we get effective barding skill, which boosts our multipliers. The reset doesn't matter as much for us on this. Damage to barded target. This is its own multiplier. It multiplies with everything else going on. We couple that with a high effective barding and a high effective spell charged chance. What this ends up doing for us is make sure we got food buff, spells. We have very, very strong hitting charged spells multiplied against all this crap in our Bard Codex, multiplied against Discordance, and then multiplied against our Lyric Armor bonus. So that's the idea of the build. We do not run Necromancy on this build, sadly. We don't get Necro pets. So we're going to just run tanks. No spirit speak on this either, so it's not super important that we have this guy, but we're summoning one to go in. And we will run this in crawl because that's the one we've been doing a lot in lately. It lets us do our comparisons. Dungeons, crawl hive. Oh, I need an instrument. I'll pull out this guy, supremely. No Slayer, just so we don't screw stuff up there. It's so dumb that locks out your bard songs. We're going to get a bard song up before we ever go in, though. That multiplier, oh my god, guys, I forgot to mention it. The multiplier on provocation also is a damage multiplier. So we got all our bard stuff on. Let's go to level 3. We've got a script that it should be called Auto Bard that does all my bard stuff for me. Auto Nuke Bard. I think we'll just do it with Auto Mage though. Yeah, let's do it. I think Manager and Curse. Are we using Isbard? Yes. We try to Discord with Isbard. Okay. Pacify. Get our Discord on. And let's nuke it into oblivion. That lightning! 3,700 damage lightning! Holy fuck! Oh my god! I failed to pacify. Played successfully. Here we go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Boom! 3,000 lightning. I fucking love this build. I don't play it enough, but my god, it's fun. Oh. I missed him. There he goes. Oh, it's not casting. Did it Discord? It did Discord. Boom! 4,000. Oh, now we actually have to meditate. That's bullshit. This build is one of those builds that you take into a dungeon and people go, what the fuck are you doing? Where did all that damage come from? Because they don't see your damage numbers, you know? The buffs to... Actually, we can run Flame Strike or Fireball on this one too. The buffs to the low-level spells make this one so strong. I wish I could only reset some instead of all. Max out Curse. Max out. Where's Flame Strike? I guess we're gonna max out Mind Blast because you don't get bonus from the Flame Strike ticks because stuff is dead. Max that out. Create food. Magic Arrow. Harm. Fireball and lightning. Now let's go back to Razor. We're gonna work in our Mind Blast script. So cast Fireball back to 1. Pain Spike is. Yeah, it'll try to do these and just not be able to. So we'll turn these off. Cast Curse. Save. Okay. We got to remember to use our Mind Blast, guys. So quick now with 10-second timers. Yeah, that's where the damage is coming from, Femur. It's so good. Like, so good. Discord's on. This is the Mind Blast version of the script. I got something targeting me by accident here. Oh, we're not pieced. We're not pieced. Go away, go away, go away. Now we're okay. What's the damage tick on that? Something was ticking damage on him from I don't even know what. We're in Lyric. What was the yellow damage from? Oh, the Fireball. Okay. We might have to build this one on live again. Boom! Fucking 4,000 damage lightning. We're not getting anywhere near out of mana. Like, not even close. Bard resets there. It's calmed. Is Discord on? Yeah, it is. Hey, Warfist, thank you for the follow. Guys, if you are not following Brozan on YouTube or Twitch, you really should be. Like and subscribe and all that fancy words. Cooldown, Bard, Rest, Gated, and now instead of mana. Yeah. Yeah, look at this shit. Wow. That one's kind of sucked. The Fireball's still not that strong feeling. The ticks, but it's one more low mana thing to cast. God, it hits so hard. The Flame Strike, I think, is better. Guys, this patch is just Brozan buffs across the board. It feels great. Look at all these ocean spells being cast. Bloop. Only problem I really have with this build is it's a lot lower mana regen than other builds that I use. There's no meditation, so we're relying on focus and food buff and mushrooms for our regen. But because we're cycling low-level spells, as long as we don't go into that, what's our mana refund on this one? Hey, it's also 50 because of focus. As long as we don't go into a Flame Strike routine, I think it's really strong. Yeah, fire aspect did get changed, show. I don't know what they changed. I read it, but I had it read to me in the car. So it wasn't, I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I paid attention to the stuff I do. Bard break. Ah, the breaks, they last so long. Just reset here. Still under Bard break. Yeah, that's a problem, of course. You Bard break, you gotta reset. He's Bard broke for freaking ever. There's sunset, false flam. So, same old shit. It's super strong if you can keep your brakes on. I think we might have just aggroed that. My scripts aren't tuned for this. Very strong build. Cooldowns are kind of janked up too. You can see it's spamming discordance because something's broke. I will say, because we get to piece stuff, we fell. There we go. Resets. Resets so strong. What the hell? It's pieced. It's still they still throw that stupid shit when they're pieced. I guess it's a reactive thing. I don't ever farm in here on my Bard. back in here. Looks calmed. Looks like it's gonna eat my face. That bard break is freaking ever. Ah. Why is it not trying to cast peace? Yeah, so we won't be running this in tome, whatever. Man, Astanar, somebody else was telling me that it's showing perfect frame rate for me. Let me open my stream. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Weird. But we will test some stuff tomorrow as well. I apologize, guys, on the stream lag. I'll reset the modem and such. I do see where I'm dropping frames now in OBS. So I'll tinker with that. It's probably my dual stream software. I may need to, my upload may be low. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. We'll test some stuff tomorrow, and I will... I'll get this sorted out. Could I show the links I'm using? Absolutely. And there's a guide on this. Actually, I've got an older guide, but it's still relevant. Yep, let me post that. And I'll drop the YouTube video in my Twitch chat. Let me find it real quick. YouTube Studio, search, spell, damage, bard. Bitch. Go to my channel. There we go. There's the extreme spell damage bard. Yeah, I gotta sort those frame rates. I do apologize, guys. I see now where it's showing me in OBS, but why that over player damage? Honestly, spell charge chance is ridiculous. People sleep on it so hard. It's spell charge chance doubles your damage, and then spell charge damage increases it as a multiplier. I say double, it's a 50% increase. So with my current setup, every time I get a charged spell, which is 90% of the time, it's doing 113% extra damage. And you can, obviously, if you guild these, then it gets even stronger. It's a fucking ridiculous setup. So, all right, guys, I am going to cut the stream. We're going to sort out our lag issues. And much love from Brozan. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Come have your coffee with Brozan. Like, subscribe, and all those follow buttons. Appreciate you.